Could you please stand? We'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, the first item on our business is, it looks like that we are going to talk about the boards and the commissions and the committees that we participate on. And I have some I go to, and Commissioner Olson has some, Commissioner Pennell had some that we go to. I think there must be about 15 or 20 different groups that we meet with monthly to keep in touch with different activities in the community. And so it looks like we were going to talk about that a little bit tonight and go over that list and see if anybody wants to change what they've been doing, or if we're all happy. If we have a new commissioner, Commissioner Moore, here, and so she has got to see which of these committees she's going to want to be on, participate in. And so I'm not sure, this is the first time I think we've kind of done this, so I'm not exactly sure what our order on doing that is. So I turn to the city administrator, who usually has insight on these weighty matters.
In most cases, Your Honor, we do. In this case, we really like to leave this up to the commissioners to decide. And I would suggest that if there is someone who would, if you're happy with what has been traditional, then stay with that. If there's something you have an interest or if you have expertise in, maybe you want to embrace that and see whether somebody would swap with you or whether you could take on more or less, or it's all up to you.
Okay. Well, maybe I ask Commissioner Moore, if she has thought about that, looked at what Commissioner Pennell had done, and if she had talked to her about that and saw if there was some things, how she felt about that. Had you had ample time to think about that?
It makes a lot of sense to me, the things that Commissioner Pennell participated on, so I would be happy to continue on those same boards with the addition of the Housing Coalition. I would like to add that one.
Okay, and that is that on Commissioner Olson's, or is that a new one?
That is the new one. Housing Coalition.
Okay.
It's the second Tuesday of each month.
They've been asking quite some time. I've been asked a few times, but it always conflicts with other things I have, so that's great.
Okay.
Take that one.
Well, so does staff have any problem that we're adding another group committee? Okay. And so I'm happy doing what I've been doing for 2 years. You know, after a while you get to kind of learn how the process goes with those groups, and you know, it takes a while and stuff. So I don't know if Commissioner Olson had anything he wanted to trade or barter, or?
No, the same way. I like mine because they're so kind of interconnected with the various boards, and they all say the same thing, that once they get somebody up to speed, it's always a hardship to lose them. Plus, I've been elected chair of the Mason Transit Board this year, so I will stick with that one. And I also added on to mine that I'm on the Mental Health and Substance Abuse Advisory Board, and I'm not sure if that's going to be an ongoing one through the year or not once we get it up and running, which is going to be in the near future. So just to throw that out there.
Very good.
But no, I'm happy with the ones I'm involved with.
So I guess this really doesn't even warrant a motion. All this is that we're confirming that these are the activities that we are going to be involved in. And
we do an annual review of this every year. We bring it back in January, and we ask for a review, and if there's any new boards or committees you're interested in, or if there's some that are no longer existing that we've missed during the year. So every January we bring it back and ask you to kind of take a look at it. And sometimes we've had commissioners want to, I'd like to participate on the chamber, and somebody else wanted to do the EDC. So, just kind of change it up once in a while. So we always ask.
Okay.
Vicki, is it customary to get a vote on it, or can they just not vote?
It's just consensus.
Okay.
usually.
Well, I think we concur then what we've come up with committees and boards, and this can change too during the year if need arises. So that was our first item of business, and I think we've taken care of that.
Thank you.
One more thing.
Sure.
If this is a list that goes out to the public, the Community Transit Center Board is no longer in existence, and I do not participate in the Historic Preservation Board.
Okay.
I don't go to those two anymore.
right.
That's good to make a note of then.
Okay.
Are there any other additions or corrections to the list in front of us?
And I do go to the Community Lifeline, which is a monthly.
Okay, which is not listed.
It's not listed.
Right, thank you.
Any more corrections or additions to this list? All right, seeing and hearing none, that's what we will do this year. That was our first item of business. Next is our weekly commission reports. And Commissioner Moore, did you have some commission weekly reports this evening? Coming up. Like, what are you going to attend this week?
Okay, I am planning to participate with the legislative send-off meetings. I have one down for tomorrow morning for a chamber-sponsored meeting, and then Wednesday there is another one that I think all the local jurisdictions are going to participate in.
County and city. Okay.
I'll be at the same one Wednesday with the elected officials, and then we'll all be at the Thursday city retreat.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there too.
City retreat. All right, and I will tomorrow be on my left board meeting, retired firefighters and officers, and that's tomorrow. Wednesday, the city-county legislative touch bases. We all just once a year get together and talk about ways we might be able to work together on items. Thursday is our city retreat. And then on Friday, I had spaghetti with the seniors. I'm not positive. Out at the senior center there at the pavilion, they're going to have a spaghetti dinner from 4 to 8. And I was invited, and I think it sounded good. I think I just like the food a lot, so I may be attending that. So that looks like that completes our commission reports for this week. Next is an opportunity for general public comment. We offer this 2 times during the meeting, and it is our tradition to sign in with a name and address, and then we allow the public to speak for 3 minutes at a shot there, and then we listen and see if we can't better understand how the public feels about certain issues. So the first person on that list, I believe, is Marilyn Vogler.
Hi, and welcome to the new commissioners. My name is Marilyn Vogler. I live at 420 East Poplar. I am a resident and a taxpayer and a voter in the city of Shelton, and I have high expectations for this commission. So I think it's only fair that I let you know what they are. First off, I really would like to be sure to encourage you to cooperate with other local public entities. And I'm talking about the fire commissions, the police, the port commissions, the public library, the school boards, county commission, area nonprofits, and regional agencies like the Area Agency on Aging and Mason Transit. I know this goes on now. I just want to let you know that I think it's a really good thing to have happen. I would like to see you make it visible so that people know that it goes on. I would like you to prioritize it so that every time an issue comes up, both commissioners and especially staff respond by saying, if we can't find a solution, at least we can do this much. Let's get all of the stakeholders together and see what we can work out. I hope that you will publicize it. I hope the media publicizes it. I hope they do so when you do a really good job of it and when you could do a better job of it. Secondly, as you look for solutions to things that come up, I hope you will avoid punitive solutions. Fence it off, shut it down, restrict, prohibit, raise the cost, ticket and fine. I don't think these are productive, and I don't think they create a sense in the community of working with you and being served by you. I hope you'll be watchful of requirements that may be onerous or unfair in their impact. And I think you approached this and dealt with this kind of thing when you changed the requirements for construction of sidewalks. I mean, you negotiated that, and it changed. I think finding fair and appropriate solutions depends on how you define the problem. And how you define the problem depends on who you talk to as you're looking at something. Dumpster diving looks different from whatever perspective you're approaching it from. So I hope as you define problems that the city faces, as you think about solutions, that you'll listen to the many varied and diverse voices of people that live in the city of Shelton who are your constituents. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That came right to like the second, Marilyn. Good job. Thank you for your comments. Next is, it looks like now let me see, I think it's Tom, right?
Yeah.
Come on up, Tom.
Well, as STEM is an important thing in our future, the science and technology of education and mathematics, I think that the park department park department during the rainy season has a chance to do advance STEM a bit through the means of a paper airplane contest. If we were to hold it inside the main lobby of the City Hall and advertise it to all the schools, not just the public, but also the private and Christian schools, and say, just make a general contest to see which airplane can go to first, have all three of the commissioners, the mayor, out there, and this would serve the dual purpose of making to your elementary students, government a real entity if the commissioners were there and the mayor actually handed out like ribbons for second and third and the like. And it could be done fairly cheaply with maybe $40 in paper. At the same time, it also brings aeronautics, which is such a heavy, where our local economy is so dependent on in this state, makes it something that the children at the elementary level can actually start playing with and making that real, not just something they read in the books, but something they can actually touch and feel. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Tom. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
That's fun.
I think sounds like probably one of the best ideas I've heard all year long. Doesn't cost a lot of money and people can have fun. What's wrong with that? All right, that ends this general public comment period at this moment. Later on, we'll have another opportunity in this meeting. So, have my fellow commissioners had ample time to read their material and their consent agenda, and are we ready for a reading of the consent agenda?
Yes.
It appears we are. Could we please have that?
Consent agenda, vouchers numbered 82504 through 82542 in the amount of $108,139.11. Vouchers numbered 82643 through 82656 in the amount of $9,325.21. Commission meeting minutes of study session of November 25th, 2013, business meeting of December 2nd, 2013, and study session of December 9th, 2013. Hotel Motel Tax Advisory Committee reappointment, Mr. Dwayne Wilson of Christmastown, Kiwanis, Sky Kim of the Shelton Inn, Maria Kim of Super 8 Motel, with terms expiring December 31st, 2014.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda passes. This isn't a real jam-packed evening tonight, and once in a while it's kind of nice not to have those 2 or 3 hour meetings, but we have a few things that we're going to do. One thing we're going to do is we're going to take new commission pictures, because we have a new commissioner, Commissioner Moore, here, and so we're going to do that at some point in the next 5-minute program that we have here. So I'm not positive. That wouldn't fall under old business, which we have none, and it wouldn't really fall under new business. Might, but I mean, we don't have any of that either. So would we put it under the administration report segment? What are we doing? Adjourn, and then we take the pictures afterwards? Yeah, that sounds like probably a fine idea. All right, so I guess we're at item G, which is an administration report.
Your Honor, I'm saving my administrative report for Thursday at our retreat.
Very good. And so this is the other opportunity for general public comment, which we just had 3 minutes ago. So would anyone else like to come up and say anything else? Yeah, you would? Okay, come on up. We'll give you another. The first one you only did is about 1.5 minutes, so this one, I think you do that in 1.5 minutes, don't you think, Tom?
Let's see what I can do.
All right. We'll give you the full 3.
With the Nell Chevrolet building, we have an opportunity through federal grants, which I got copies of here, to turn that into something similar to what they did with the Indianapolis Children's Museum. Bring the freight train, Tolly in our case, indoors, make it an educational exhibit that's also a museum, preserve the actual front of the mill with the curved concrete building that was the Art Deco movement thing. So we preserve a type of building that is historic, even though the building itself isn't. We have the ability to apply for Preserve America grants, federal tourism program that supports cultural and heritage tourism, and actually get our name on the map for the, if we can actually also start a Railroad Festival. National Railroad Day is always the Saturday before Mother's Day. If we can get people coming into downtown Shelton the day before Mother's Day, which is one of your busiest retail holiday type areas right at the beginning of the year, it would also extend forward our tourism season. And I have supporting documents should you want to see those. And these are grants, they're not loans or anything, so.
We like grants. So you can leave those with the staff if you want there, and
Sure.
They can maybe make some copies, put them in our boxes, and we can glance at that, so.
All right,
Sounds like another good idea.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom. All right. Next is administration final touches.
Touches, anybody touch? Did want to ask Tracy, did you get my email today? I'd sent an option for our weekly meeting, and we were looking at Wednesday morning.
I believe I will be able to access my email tonight.
Okay, all right, okay.
No, I didn't get it today.
All right, well, the options we had, one of the challenges we ran into was Greg has a regularly scheduled meeting at 8:30, which is exactly when we typically would hold the meetings that we're talking about. So one of the options is to delay the start until 9 or 9:30 or something like that. Have Greg go last, and or alternatively, we could start the whole process at around 10:30, and then and if it went late, it'd just go into lunch a little bit of time. So that's.
Are you, you're talking moving it to Wednesday?
Yeah.
I can make any of those options work.
Okay, all right. So we'll talk to Steve about it maybe tomorrow, and okay. All right,
Okay.
great. And there are no touches, Your Honor.
All
I
right.
think it's on the purple sheet, and there aren't any on the purple sheet, actually, so.
Well, we're starting a new year, and we've had a very busy year. So, next item is that the announcement of future meetings, and we will be having a retreat on Thursday at the fire station, or Fire Hall, the old Fire Hall, or whatever the proper name there is. I think we have a sign on the face of it now. And that will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and then our regular meeting will be next Monday, January 13th, and that will be a 2 o'clock in the afternoon meeting. This meeting is adjourned, and following this meeting, we'll be having our official commission photographs.